We've never been in your shoes, but we're playing the game of life. We'll chase away all your blues with a laugh and a toast to your strife. Never have I ever, never have I ever, starts now.
Welcome to Never Have I Ever Show, the podcast where we take your questions, conundrums, and problems that you need solutions to and try to give you a little bit of life coaching advice. I'm Tim.
I don't know if I should move yet.
You can move.
Okay, I'm Tom.
And I'm taking pictures of Tom. I'm Garrett.
Back again. Back from the dead, motherfucker.
Except he sounds like he's dying.
I feel like I'm dying.
Oh, please don't die.
Mandarin oranges save me.
Anyways, if you have problems or questions or things you would like us to solve, hit us up with an email at neverhaveievershow@gmail.com. Check us out on Twitter at twitter.com/NHIE show, on YouTube, and on Facebook. And there's a Tumblr, neverhaveievershow.tumblr.com. Did I get it all?
Yeah, I think so.
I had no idea most of this exists. I knew about Facebook. I didn't know there was a Twitter handle. I didn't know there was a Tumblr.
I think the only thing we don't have is an Instagram.
For obvious reasons.
I've got good fodder for that now.
Yes.
There's like a legitimate reason that
Pictures
this is,
of me. I always want pictures of me.
There's a reason why this is like booked as a radio show and not like a video television talk show.
Are you saying I'm ugly? That I shouldn't be on
One
television?
of us is, and it's not me.
Oh.
When's the last time you were on television?
Fuck off.
Exactly.
Just because I wasn't a comm major.
Okay, excuses.
Yeah.
All right, you guys ready for question
When's the
number
last
one?
time you were on a stage? Oh. Bam. Dropping the mic.
The last time you were on stage, you were singing a song.
No, the last time I was on stage, I was tearing down a set.
Anyways. Garrett.
And end petty one-upping.
Garrett, when's the last
Never.
time you were on stage?
Never.
Thursday.
It was Thursday.
With his band.
The
You
actual person who's,
You can
playing
check
on
out
stage.
Garrett's band Sleepy Ha-Ha's on the Facebook box thing.
I play drums.
He
play
played
drum-
butt drum.
You almost said bass.
Definitely play drums in that band. Definitely don't play anything else but drums in that band.
But yeah, hit them up on the Facebook, the Twitter, the Instagram, the Bandcamp, the Spotify, all that jazz.
Definitely on Spotify. Before you go to bed at night, please stream our latest album, the last released album, on repeat. That way, if we get like 500 people to do that and like put their laptops on mute while it's streaming, maybe we'll get $1.
Yay!
Maybe.
So, do you want me to do that when I go to work tomorrow?
That's how licensing works. on
Actually-
Spotify.
Yes.
Why aren't we all doing that?
Yeah. Why am I not doing that?
Yeah, that's actually
Why
a
am
good
I
call.
not? Why am I not feeding the free energy machine right now?
Yeah, you could just generate money for yourself, I guess. Anyway,
Speaking
let's
of
get
doing,
those questions.
Speaking of doing things for yourself, I, a 21-year-old male, told my best friend, 21-year-old female, that me and a very good mutual friend, 21 female of ours, doesn't want her to come along with us to Indonesia. We're planning on going backpacking for a month and don't think that it would work out with her and think that she wouldn't have a great time. She obviously didn't take it well. I need advice. I'm panicking. Basically, I just told a third friend that they're not allowed to go to Indonesia with me and this other friend of the opposite sex. Am I a bad person?
Yes.
Hold up. What happened?
Yes.
They're going to Micronesia?
Indonesia. Not Micronesia.
I don't even know what that is. Is that an actual thing?
It's an actual place.
I was making a Zoolander reference, I think.
Oh. Do you want to answer the question?
No. Moving on. Next question. I decided to pass.
Are we done?
All right, so the premise of the question...
The question is they don't want her to go because they don't think she can hack it.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And they're like, are we a bad person? It'd be like, okay, Tom, you and I have gone to Firefly.
Yeah.
It'd be like if we told Garrett, who's bought a ticket and is all set to go to Firefly, that we don't want him to go with us.
She already has her ticket to Indonesia.
I guess. I don't know. I assume.
Yeah, it's kind of shitty. Like, you can't stop her from going. She already has a ticket. If you can stop her from like going with you, I guess, but that'd be a shitty thing to do.
Did they say they were backpacking?
Yeah, for a month.
Ooh,
That's pretty rough.
that is, yeah.
That's intense.
Because Garrett, you've done some pretty intense backpacking.
Yeah.
But for a week.
For a week.
Because I did that same trip like on a different year. That was a lot of work. Like when you get done at the end of that week, you literally felt like shit. And you were in the middle of Canada.
When you look and feel like shit and
Smell.
mostly smell like shit.
Yeah. So like I could not imagine a month of that.
Jesus. And I'm not a Boy Scout. So I guess, all right, it'd be like, I'm going to go backpacking with you guys, and then you guys are like, yo, this chump's not even an Eagle Scout. He's not even a Boy Scout. Why the fuck did we invite him along?
I say
He doesn't
that
know how
all
to make
the
a
time when
fire.
you're-
He almost lit his arm on fire trying to make a fire once.
Did you?
Kinda.
Was that when Lucy Lou saved the day?
No, we were camping, and there were no Boy Scouts at our camp. I think I was like one of the only men there, so I was designated to make the fire by all the females.
You make it sound like you were on some like sex retreat. I was the guy, so I was told to make fire by
I
all
was.
the females.
I was. So I grabbed lighter fluid and I put
While
it.
they did what, Tom? You made fire while the female sat in the kitchen cooking?
No, because I hadn't built the kitchen yet for them to cook upon.
Okay, so
Anyway, pour lighter fluid on it, light it.
There we go.
The flames pretty much engulf my arm.
Yep.
And I pull away quickly, and I wasn't burned or anything, but it freaked me the fuck out.
digressing.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I feel like I need more info. Like, how did this girl happen upon getting invited or inviting herself to Indonesia on this intense backpacking trip without some like proper premising of qualifications and like what the experience is actually going to entail?
Yeah, but
True.
I hear that all the time. Well, not all the time, but it seems relatively common for like a normal person to just be like, I'm going to go backpacking across Europe.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean,
That's a little different.
is it?
Yeah, a little bit. Because, I mean, like, you can
Well, that's
stay in
just basically
hostels
like
and shit.
I'll just bum around until I run out of money.
I mean,
money.
how big is Indonesia? It's a bunch of islands.
Well, and here's another thing: are they like just like city hopping and like what do they mean by backpacking, or are they like fucking bushwhacking in the jungle?
Yeah. That's the thing.
Are they? Did
Like,
they
you
pack
can't
their
really-
pit helmet?
I don't think anybody should be doing that.
Like, I think people,
Most people
who
should.
like backpack in Europe, they're not bushwhacking through the jungle. They're like, oh, I'm traveling from Paris over to.
They're like, I'm on a bullet train. Neat.
yeah, I'm going from here to Brussels.
Everything's so
and
progressive.
Now I'm in a hostel, and now I'm in a hostel movie. I'm getting killed.
Dude, that's really too soon.
I'm in the hostel.
Going
movie.
from Paris to
I meant
Belgium,
the hostel
back
movie.
to Paris, and now
Hostel.
I'm in a terror movie.
Now I'm in a
Nope.
body bag.
Nope. God damn it. I didn't mean for this to happen.
I was waiting to see how long it would take before something like that was said.
God.
You literally hit the 8-minute mark, Garrett.
I don't know, man. I got my.
So is this person a
Anyway.
bad person if they're just doing it because they know that like their friend isn't going to be able to keep up?
I mean,
I don't know. I
on the
think
one hand, yeah, go ahead.
it all really comes down to like talking to them, like sitting them down and being like, okay, like if you want to go on this trip, like this is what you need to know. This is what you need to do. You need to be able to lift this much weight and carry it this far without complaining. You need to be able to be self-sufficient to some regard. Can you do that? Like, are you positive? Are you 150% positive? If not, if you have like some reservations about this, maybe you should start on a smaller trip that's closer to home.
Yeah. Because, like, you could legitimately end up dead. You would be a Chris McCandless, dude from Into the Wild.
How did he die again?
I read the book. It wasn't so much poison berries or whatever they said in the movie. I forget what they said it was, but it was like they determined it was something else. I don't remember if it was exposure or starvation or something. The book kind of argued that like the kid was too smart to eat poison berries.
Yeah, but when you've been out in the bush for that many days in a row, it doesn't matter how smart you were originally. Like,
Yeah.
Your body's malnourished.
Yeah, but I think
you're going to make dumb decisions.
Yeah, but I think he ran out. I would have to reread the end of the book or reread the book in general because they start out the book with like him dying. Like that's going to happen. But I think it came down to like also the river didn't freeze over or something, so he wasn't able to get across it.
Oh, what's that movie called?
Into the Wild.
I watched the good movie. I like
Yeah,
that movie.
very very good movie.
Yep.
Really good book.
I'm on board now.
One of my favorite books. But it's like because this thing didn't freeze over or whatever, he couldn't make it back to the other side. So he then ran out of other supplies, like bullets, I think, probably. I don't know. I'd have to reread. Anyway,
I think this would be like if I wanted to do Tough Mudder with you, Tom.
Sure.
And you're just like, no, dude. No, you're not going to make it. You're going to ruin it for everyone.
yes and no. But I mean, like, Tough Mudder is in like a life or death situation.
Can be.
Yeah.
You can definitely die at Tough Mudder.
You could definitely die. Yeah. Like, when we did the log challenge this past year, there was one challenge where you and your team had to lift a log, a piece of a tree, and carry it down the side of a hill, like a steep hill, put it through a wall, climb over the wall, pick it back up, go down a little bit more, put it through another wall, then you go through the wall yourself, like you go through the hole, and then you bring it back up the hill. The hill's all muddy too, and then you get back to where you picked up the log and then you drop it. My team was impatient and decided to pick up the first log that we saw. Turns out it was very like short and weighed at least 500 pounds, legitimately. And it was like me, 2 other guys, and like 3 other girls. And of course, like myself and a couple other guys are the tallest ones there. I think I might have been the tallest one. It's like a lot of that weight is on my shoulder. And it's just like, there are times where I would feel myself like starting to crumple. Like my knees are hurting, my back is hurting. But I'm like, I can't crumple because if I do, my whole team is going down. I'm going to seriously injure people besides myself. So like, yeah, that part, a little bit dangerous. But I've seen people who are not very physically fit run it and they still make it through, or they just go, or they skip, obstacles. That's the word I'm looking for. They skip obstacles. So it's not like
They just go right to the free beer
yeah,
at
it's not
the
like you
end.
need to be like a Jack Bro because I'm not a Jack Bro, but it's a lot of fun.
How much does it? Not to interrupt, but how much does it cost to do a Tough Mudder?
Isn't
It
it
varies.
$200?
What's that?
Isn't it like 150 or $200?
It varies. So it's like a festival where when
You can get a VIP, do more shittier things.
you go through a slide and then you go through a ring of fire. That was an obstacle last year. Was not able to do it.
Did they play Johnny Cash music the entire time?
I wish that'd be dope. No, so like if you do it and then you get like a coupon code to like sign up again for next year, it costs like $90. Now I think it's at like $105 price level. But I'm not sure how long that lasts, and then it just kind of bumps up and up as you get closer to the event. So right now it's 105, I think.
I think that's too much money for me to hate myself for like the next week.
It's so much fun.
Is it?
I love it. Anyway,
You just do it so you can get that free ass burrito.
I didn't get a free. Oh,
My argument-
yeah, the Chipotle burrito.
Okay, so like
anyway,
the whole reason I brought up the price was like Tim's like, yeah, man, you gotta do it for the burritos, and I'm like, how much are we paying for these burritos effectively?
Exactly.
well, I
Because
don't.
you have to drive there because it's obviously not in downtown Buffalo.
Okay, so for other people, this comes out on Tuesday. So yesterday, Monday, was like free burrito day at Chipotle when you wear your Tough Mudder headband. I have 3 of them. I'm like, bro, you buy a burrito and then you get a free burrito. So buy one, get one. So I'm
BOGO.
like, yeah, so I'm like, bros,
Bro,
I have 3 headbands. Let's go. And maybe we'll see. We'll see if we went. Hopefully we do.
You see, they're gonna know that I did not do Tough
No,
Mudder.
they won't. No, they won't.
it doesn't matter.
I've seen so many people out
They're
of
gonna be
shape
like,
who
this
run
kid
it.
got out of breath getting from the car to the building.
I'm telling you, dude.
More importantly, the employees at Chipotle don't care enough about their job to scrutinize the people coming in to get free burritos.
Yeah.
Very well, okay, yeah. And think of it, then we're gonna have 6 burritos.
Yeah.
So what?
Throw one in the
Throw
throw some in the
motherfucking
fridge.
fridge. Shit.
Yeah.
Are you saying that we're going to Chipotle for dinner tomorrow?
I'm just saying, like, it's an option.
All right, we'll do it.
All right. Anyway,
Next question.
next question.
Holy shit.
So I met a girl a little over 2 months ago. I felt we clicked really well and our dates were a lot of fun, and I was really into her. But she was a little bit flaky from the start, and we didn't see each other that often and we didn't talk that often. When we were together, things were great, but I just got the vibe that she wasn't looking for anything too serious. In the past, I've been guilty of putting all my eggs in one basket and then feeling shitty when things don't work out. So I decided to keep my options open and met another girl about a month ago. She's really sweet and probably the most attractive girl I've dated. I could definitely see us having a relationship, but I just don't feel as strong of a connection as I do with the first girl that I met. In the last few weeks, things have changed with the first girl. She seems a lot more into me than she was at the beginning, and she's reaching out to make plans and talk more. I'm not sure what to do. I think I might actually be in a relationship with 2 different people at once. What did I do?
Uh-oh.
I remember one time I asked my dad for advice about relationships. I was like, all right, I need to talk to you about something. It's about relationships. And he's like, immediately, like, are you dating 2 girls at once? Like, what? No, what? Why did you bring that up? Should I be? Did you when you were my age? What?
Before the internet, I can only assume it was extraordinarily easy to date more than one woman at a time.
Oh, 100%. I mean, unless you lived in like a small ass town.
No, you just start taking that person on dates in other towns.
Why are we always going to on dates in Syracuse?
Because no one here knows. I mean, I like Syracuse.
Because I like dinosaur barbecue. So anyway, what was his question? Who should I date? Or
How did this happen? What did I do? Pretty much, what should he do? So he's got the first
what
girl.
did you do? You did nothing wrong. Let's say that. Like, you were unclear whether person A was super into you, so you decided to look for something else. I'm guilty of putting all my eggs in one basket as well, so that's no big. Yeah, so it's fine that you went and saw someone else. I mean, it's not like you and person A were super serious or like had a defined relationship or anything. So it's not like you're cheating on her or anything. What does he say about person B? Like, what are the pros about her?
She's like super into him, but he's not as connected to her as he is to the first girl.
Right. It's more like she is more available right now than person A. But then person A is all like, actually, I am super available. So I say go for person A because you feel more connected to her and she seems to be more open to you. Although maybe she is you in this situation. Like, you know how he is sort of cold on... You telling me my time's up?
No,
Anderson Cooper.
I just found a tiny maraca and got excited.
I got that during a booze cruise. Anyway, what if like she is him in this situation? Like, you know how he is has 2 girls, one that
So maybe
he's-
she has
one
2
that he-
girls also.
No, one that he's sort of into,
She's
and the
single
one
mom.
that he's super into. What if she has a guy who she's sort of into, and then a guy that she's super into? The guy that she's only sort of into is like this dude writing the question. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You following what I'm saying?
Kind of.
Yeah.
Keep going.
That's just, that was it. Like, what if she's just liking you because you're just the next best option? Like, she wasn't super into you before, but then maybe her person A didn't work out and you're her plan B.
You know what it is?
What?
Maybe she's super flaky because she just likes to have people take her on dates and then buy her food, and then she becomes the worst person in the world.
Well, that could be too, Tim. That could be too.
What's her name? Beep.
Gee, I don't know. Never dated anyone named Beep before.
Yikes, this sounds awful specific.
Yes, it does. I think we brought this up last episode too.
Too bad I wasn't honestly paying attention.
No,
We're talking about that time I went to brunch and then talked to a wall.
Got it.
Tom had beer mimosas and talked to a piece of concrete.
Literally did.
A very thirsty, alcoholic dependent
Seriously.
slab of concrete.
Oh my god, that was the worst. Should I like talk about, like, we keep teasing it? Should I just talk about that story?
Can we talk about that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Because
sick.
I mean, I don't give a fuck. Like, she's probably never gonna listen to this. So.
Story time
It's Tom's Tangent Corner.
Oh, I like that.
We're going to pretend her
TTC.
name is Claire, just so you can
Sure,
give
sure.
it a name.
So
to
we're gonna pretend this girl's name is Claire. So it's the day after Halloween, November 1st, 2015.
Nice. New beginnings. The start of the month. Rent is due.
Start of Movember.
Oh man, I'm messing up.
I had met this girl.
doing
Yeah,
well.
same here. I don't have I don't have a mustache at the moment.
I've had thoughts.
Well, I
about
mean, I have a
betraying
goatee,
my
but I
beard.
don't have just a mustache. Anyway, I had talked to this girl on Bumble or some dating app. She messaged me. She gave me her phone number. I didn't even ask for it. She just gave it to me. So I was like, oh, that's cool. She was a little rude. Like, during her conversation, though, everything was just very short. Like, every
Yes.
response was just very
Yes.
short. Like, I would make a joke and be like, exactly. Or like, do you like to do this? And it'd be like, yes, no, or I do not do that. It's like, okay, cool. You don't dance? Fine, fucking whatever.
I do not move my body in rhythm.
Yes.
Garrett almost sounds like he almost went on a date with this person too.
Well,
You talked
okay.
to her.
So, for the brief moment that I was also on Bumble, I also matched with this Holly girl who's
You mean Claire?
okay.
Her name's Holly.
Whatever. Fuck it.
Should
Fuck anonymity.
should shitty. Should we?
No,
I really don't give a fuck. Just keep going.
Bummer. So Claire, in case anyone else was paying attention as hard as I was a minute ago. So Claire matches with me on Bumble, and I've never been a very aggressive internet dating site app user. And so typically I'm like, hey, how's it going? You're like, what are you up to? How's your day going? You know? She's like, oh, it's good. Well,
Yeah,
you know, she's
yeah.
like, I'm like, hey, how's it going? She's like, shitty. I'm like, wow, that sucks.
That's
Why?
the same
like,
thing she said to me. Like, it's
what's-
not going that great.
What's going wrong? And she's like, fucking work and grad school. I'm like, wow, I hear that.
Yeah. It's like, yep,
Like
I
that's
get it.
everyone's problem. Like, so cool. Like, what do you go to school for? Like, I go to school for this, that, and the other thing. I'm like, that's neat.
I like how she has a pack-a-day voice in your mind.
I'm like, cool. I work a couple of jobs and I play in a band. And she's like, blah 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 blah. What else do you do? And I'm like, all right, bye. So Tom,
So she sends me her phone number, and I'm out with you guys eating dinner, so I don't respond because my hands have chicken wing shit all over them. And
yes,
she messaged me again like 10 minutes later. She's like, that's my phone number, by the way. Like,
thanks. I didn't expect that random string of 10 digits to be anything but that.
yeah. So like I'm a little like, all right, that's kind of rude, but
Maybe she was trying to give you like directions on where to get wet wipes. So she gave you
Coordinates.
so she gave you the phone number for like a food industry distribution place for like dry goods like napkins. She
just
shit.
she just saw my
realized the
profile.
connection.
She's like, yeah, so like I understand you're probably eating chicken wings right now. And you
Oh,
know,
I thought it was because I have a dirty asshole.
well, yes.
Question mark?
One leads to the other.
Very true. So I message her. I invite her to my plans I'm going to. Well, I'm just like, hey, if you can find some friends, I'm going to be at this bar tonight doing this thing. So maybe I'll see you out there. And she's like, oh, none of my friends want to do shit.
Probably not.
I'm not
any fun.
And actually, in retrospect, I'm like, wow, do you have no wonder no friends wanted to go out with you. You're such a fucking killjoy. So we have set up plans for brunch. I wake up the next day, wake up on November 1st.
Tom's hungover.
Actually, no, I was pretty good. I was not that hungover that day. She's like, oh, actually, can we push it back to 12? Because that's when they start serving booze. I'm like, sure, I guess. I mean, I've been drinking the past couple of days, but I don't know. I guess I could just keep it going. So go to this one bar, get brunch, sit down, and it's just like I'm talking to a wall. I'm throwing everything I have at this person. Like, I just keep talking about any subject. I'm like, yeah, this is what I do. This is how I got into it. I used to live here. I went to school for this. And it's just like, I can't, not only is like she not engaging in the conversation, but like her face is just blank. So I don't even know if like what I'm saying is landing, like if she's finding it funny, if she's like finding it scary, good, bad, there's nothing. She's emotionless. So I just keep talking. I'm like, if I say enough words, something will land. We'll start talking about something. And then she just said a lot of stupid shit. Like that's the most blunt way I can put it. Things that she said. Multivitamins are bullshit. Which I understand. Sure, you can make the argument that some supplements are kind of like exaggerated or whatever, but like a basic multivitamin, like come on, you can't tell me like that's just not good for you or anything.
It's not bad for you.
Yeah, like I don't know. And then she was talking about how she doesn't like going to the gym because she doesn't like being sweaty, and also she had a free personal training session one time. She went to it and the trainer pushed her too hard because
Made her do work.
She asked her to do a 30-second plank and she can only do 15 seconds. But she also didn't want to go back because she felt that she had a better body than the trainer.
If you're planking for 15 seconds, you got to check yourself because your core strength is weak.
Yeah, right? I mean, even at I can still plank for like 30 seconds, even if I haven't worked out at all.
Yeah. That's like human ability level.
Yeah.
Like I am a human. This is what I can do. Unless I'm disabled or have no arms, I can plank for 15 seconds.
Yeah, exactly. And to say that you have a better body than a personal trainer, I'm just kind of like, I don't think so. I've never I've never met a personal trainer who wasn't like in better shape than me. And
Typically the idea.
yeah, I'm trying to think what else dumb she said. I asked her what her hobbies were. Her hobbies were drinking. That was it. That's not a hobby. That's something that you like to do.
It really sounds like you need to send her digits my way.
I like to drink. I will. Fuck, you want it? I will read. I won't read it out loud.
8, 6, 7, 5, 3, 9.
But yeah, there's that. Drinking is not a hobby. We eventually got on the topic of music. And the only band like she really liked was Third Eye Blind, which Third Eye Blind is cool. I like Third Eye Blind, but I can only riff on them for so long. And like I started throwing out other bands that are like sort of around that time period, like when Third Eye Blind was super popular, and she's like, "No, I didn't really like them. No, I never really got into them." But Stephen Jenkins, oh my god, so amazing. I'm like, fuck, Jesus, all right.
So like,
I bet she
this
knows
is
who
so
Hot
shit.
Rod Circuit is.
She's only a fan of Third Eye Blind.
She's really only a fan of like Stephen Jenkins, like the lead singer. Like not even Third Eye Blind, just him.
Huh.
Yeah, it was just bad. Bad news bears.
I don't know if I'm completely sure I know what a plank is.
Oh, so plank is where
All I know is it's that thing that was a viral, stupid meme of people trying to break
yeah,
each other's
planking,
necks, and I'm
planking.
like, where,
All right.
what is she leaning on?
So I'm on the floor.
Yeah.
all right, Garrett's going to demonstrate.
Or
a
if you
plank.
get on my Snapchat video, you can see Garrett do push-ups while watching South Park.
It's basically a suspended push-up.
A
Yeah.
suspended push-up.
Yeah.
You hold your body in like that, like the peak of your push-up position.
Yeah, it's before you get to downward dog.
Yep. You can either have your palms on the floor, but it's going to be harder if you do your forearms on the floor.
Or you can like go back and forth the whole time and torture yourself.
Yeah, or you could also, if you're in your forearm position, move your legs up like the side of your body so you're engaging your obliques a little bit.
Yep.
That's a cool one.
So it's basically just like that yoga I was doing.
Yeah, or you could even like I don't know.
Big time core business.
Yeah, if you have like a couch, you could put your feet on the couch and then just sort of hold the plank off the couch position. That'd be hard. But anyway, so yeah, something like that.
There's 100 ways to make it harder, but it's all about
The
like,
basic.
core strength.
Yeah. So anyway, what was the question?
This guy's dating 2 girls.
Oh yeah, you did
Yeah,
nothing wrong.
okay.
You did nothing wrong. You're good.
Draw that back in.
Yeah, we snapped back to that quick.
Yeah, he's fine. Go with girl A. What do you guys vote? Girl A or girl B?
I say threesome. I always say threesome when in this opportunity.
Well, go ahead.
I don't know. It's hard to argue with Tim.
My thing. All right, I want to go for girl A
heart
because
says
that's the
girl
one
A.
that he's like super into.
penis says threesome.
I want to say girl A because that's the one that he's super into. But at the same time, you also want a girl who's like super into you. You know what I mean? Like you don't want a girl.
What
You
would
don't want
you
to date a
rather-
girl who's just
what-
sort of like lukewarm.
What's more important to you? You being into them or them being into you?
Tough
Are you the kind
question.
of guy who's just like, yeah, I don't really care about her, but she's always happy when I come home, and she's always super nice and super enthusiastic about doing things with me. Oh, do you go to like her book club? Nah, I could give a shit less about that.
See, it's such a weird thing because I want them to adore me.
Because one sounds a little bit misogynist,
I know.
and the other one sounds a little bit like stalking.
In one, yeah, that's the thing. Like, I want to be the center of their universe, but
Okay, Copernicus, calm down.
at the same time, I also want
All
that.
right, Neil
I want
deGrasse
that.
Tyson. Calm down.
I want that warm fuzzy feeling. You know. You know that warm fuzzy feeling when you're super into a girl.
That spark?
Yeah, that spark. Yeah, that spark, man. You know the spark. Like, there's a. All right, you're about to like. You're with a girl, right?
You're about to set her on
Okay.
fire. First, you need the spark.
And no, first you need the gasoline.
You need the lighter fluid. You
Oh,
need, you
burn
need to
Tom's
thoroughly
arm
soak
off.
the arm of your sweatshirt in it. Light match, repeat.
So like you're with a girl, it's sort of like you're sort of both into each other, and then there's just like this heat, this electricity right before you make out. You know, like you're just like looking at each other, like, oh, I know, oh man, I feel it, I know what's about to happen. There's that sexual tension. Yeah, that fucking spark. God, I love that spark. Have you guys never had that?
No, I totally know what you mean.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
cool. You guys
I
just
mean-
looking at me like I'm an idiot.
No, I mean, I've never lived my life like I'm in a romantic novel or a
Well,
cheesy Lifetime movie.
maybe you should. Maybe you'd actually get more threesomes if you did.
How many threesomes have you had living your life like it's a romantic novel?
None yet.
Exactly, so don't patronize me over there.
So yeah, never have I ever had a threesome.
Never have I ever either had a threesome.
Copy that.
All right, next question.
Moving on.
Tom, you do business.
Yeah, so they say. I have a degree in it, people say.
Or are you 3 small children in a trench coat?
I did a business.
I'm a 25-year-old male, and my girlfriend's a 22-year-old female of 8 months. She wants to live with me, and I can't decide if we should pay equal rent. Okay, a little bit about us.
Okay. This is interesting.
First of all, the answer is yes.
well,
Wait for the rest of it here.
I'm intrigued.
Is she a paraplegic?
I will start earning from June 16 around $95,000 a year.
Quadriplegic.
Oh.
And my girlfriend earns $35,000 a year.
Oh.
She is doing her online master's with the student loan, where I would have to pay around $20K to my parents to pay them back for my loans. We decided to start living together from June and had an argument on what the rent division would be. She's paying around $500 now where she is living. We decided to live in a $1,200 apartment or house. What should be a fair division of our rent?
Oh, okay. All right.
I think you can get real technical about it. Or, like, someone can get the rent and then someone else can just pick up the utilities. Or
How much did the place cost again?
12.
1,200.
1,200. Okay.
Too much money.
I mean, right now they're making a combined total of $125,000 per year.
You got some good memory.
So, dividing that by 12 months. So that's roughly $10,400 per year.
What?
Or, sorry, per month that they're making, that they're pulling in.
They both lost so much money.
I really don't know
Somehow
what math...
making less money than me.
I don't really know. I want to set up a percentage. But I can't think of how to do it off the top of my head of like how much they should pay. I don't think that...
Get out your pencil, paper, and abacus.
Speaking of abacus,
You know
Don
how much
Vito
I
died.
want to? What?
Okay.
He had a trademark that involved some abacus during a episode of Viva La Bam.
Abacus.
Abacus, fuck! Anyways, well, like, my idea is she makes less than half of what he makes. So I feel like he should be on the hook for more rent.
Are we asking who should pay more in rent? Or are we asking America to be more aware of income inequality between men and women in the workplace?
Calm down, Bernie.
I wish I could rant like he does.
Let me tell you something. No, I'm sorry.
That was pretty close. You're getting there.
I've been watching too much. While Tom's crunching numbers, we're talking about Democratic candidates.
Anything less than $15.
All right. So he pays 65%. She pays 35%. My reasoning is I said fuck math. I'm pretty sure I didn't do any of this right.
Dig it.
Well, I was like, all right. So he's at 95. That's only 5,000 below 100,000. Let's just pretend he's making 100,000. Let's bump her salary up 5,000 to 35,000.
40.
If we take, sorry.
She's already at 35.
Oh, I thought she was at 30.
No.
Okay, so then change it 60-40. Let's pretend his 100,000 is, what was I thinking? Let's pretend his 100,000 is like the top. Her 40,000 then becomes the percentage. 40 and 16-40. 16-40. It makes sense in my head.
So he pays 60% of the rent and she pays 40% of the rent?
Right.
Do you see a reason that she should have to pay more than she's paying now? Like, what would that 40% of $1,200 be?
Less than $500.
Right? So it's not the worst thing in the world.
Yeah, it'd be 480.
All right, so she'd be roughly paying what she's paying now.
Let's talk about what she can get with that extra $20 a month.
Ooh,
She could get
condoms,
Nature
more
Box?
or cigarettes. Ooh,
Nature Box?
Can we
She
not-
could get meat undies.
Can we not like shout out sponsors who don't give us money?
No, we're going to say their names so they do give us money. I've been doing that pretty strongly for the past 6 weeks now. I've gotten this many sponsorships out of it. So
0.
Yeah. It
Tim, I think you should call up Saranac. Get a sponsor.
I've been a huge fan of Saranac.
I need more cheap beer.
This was cheap. It was a 12-pack for like $13.99 in bottles.
Like I said,
It was great.
I need more, and I need it to cost less.
Wegmans is that way. Wegmans, if you want to sponsor us,
Come on, Danny.
we will eat your food.
Wegmans, if you could give me like a $500 gift card a month, I would be set. I would stop complaining about my life at least for an hour. At least for
An hour a month or an hour
I
once?
would immediately go to the freezer section. I'd get 2 things. I'd get like
Edamame.
no
Cheese pretzels.
Screw it. I'm going balls deep. I'm going cheese pretzels. I'm getting a shopping cart full of cheese pretzels. and I'm not getting the short 2-tier BS cart. I'm getting the
Mondo basket.
the GMC Denali of shopping carts, and I'm brimming that shit with cheese pretzels. And I'm going to Tetris that cheese pretzel cart so I get the maximum.
No, I worked at a grocery store for years. I don't care how good your Tetris is, they're never going to fit that way. No matter how you stack them, they're not going to fit.
Fine, moving on. That's the first cart. The second cart is going to be similarly packed with frozen pizzas and beer.
Nice.
So you said you were going to get 2 items. So now you have beer, frozen pizza, and cheese pretzels.
Well, let's break it down.
No, it's beer flavored pizza. It's pizza flavored beer.
We're going to break this down into their simpler ingredients. So we got pizza. What is it? It's bread,
Yep. Cheese.
and sauce. I'm already at 3 ingredients, but we're going to look over that.
So his favorite beer is also
Sauce.
bread, cheese, and sauce. Garrett actually eats.
So what is bread? It's carbs. What's beer? It's carbs. What are my cheese pretzels? Cheese and carbs. My pizza's already cheese and carbs. The only thing I have to account for now is sauce. So I have to get 1 extra cart. I've already got extra $500 I'm dropping a month on groceries apparently. So if I can drop an extra $50 a month on sauces, I'm okay. I'm gonna get Boss sauce.
Ooh.
I'm gonna get Sal's sassy sauce.
Hell yeah.
I don't know how I feel about Chevettas.
None of these are sponsors of the show, but could be.
If I would,
What is your feeling about Boss? What did you used to tell me about how good it is? Like, what could you put it on? Yeah, I know. Put you on that spot.
yikes. Well, okay, so Boss sauce.
Here's your new slogan, Boss Sauce.
Boss sauce.
You can buy $167 boxes of cheese pretzels with your $500 a month. And that's not with tax, so this math isn't good. So just aim at like 160.
I'm gonna need more money.
Yeah. I was trying to, because you're like, I want a shopping cart full of these pretzels. And I'm like, okay. Then I want a shopping cart full of pizza. And I'm like, okay, you're getting closer. I want a shopping cart full of beer. And it's
Well,
like,
no,
unless
that's-
you're drinking Old Milwaukee or Beast Ice, there's no way you're going to get $500 worth of beer to fit in a cart.
Ice. What about Boxer Ice?
Oh, dude, I love Boxer.
I'm saying, okay, 2 carts. One's full of cheese pretzels. The other one is divided between beer and pizza, and that includes the little shelfie thing underneath it.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, but we're only putting beer down there. We're not getting sketchy, putting boxes of pizza down there, letting them fly all over the aisles, causing accidents and shit. We're not doing that. Backing up 2 steps. We're talking about Boss sauce. We're talking about how incredible it is. It's tangy. It's mild. The hot version is spicy enough for you to get a little extra kick. Honestly, if you don't get the spicy version, it's not worthwhile. The regular's honestly too mild. However, it's really not
agreed.
bad for you. It's like I can pronounce all the ingredients on the back. There is a handful of sugar and vinegar in it, but like at the end of the day, whatever sauce you're putting on whatever you're eating isn't like great for you anyway.
Right.
The imagery I gave to Tom some time ago regarding my affinity for this sauce had to do with slathering portions of the male anatomy.
a dick.
Yeah, just dip
You,
that.
you would eat a dick covered in that sauce.
I wouldn't eat a dick.
You'd lick a dick.
I'd eat
You
the
would lick
sauce from a dick.
You would lick the sauce off a dick if it was Boss sauce.
Boss sauce.
I just want to hear you say it, or at least agree to it, because I'm gonna go buy some. Hey, I'm gonna find somebody willing enough to put their dick in there, and then not tell them what the end result is, and then invite you into the room.
Are we starting a Twitch channel?
Jesus.
It's like the new Bob Ross thing. It's like, just lick the happy little sauce off the happy little dick.
Sometimes you just gotta go get out a bar bar sauce.
You want to try that again?
Sometimes you just gotta dip into a jar of Joss Whedon sauce.
Joss Whedon sauce.
Looks like you spilled a little Boss sauce on that happy little tree. That's okay.
Stick my dick.
Mistakes happen.
Happy accidents.
That reminds me, there's an episode of Gallagher, like back when Gallagher was popular, where he tried to make a map of the United States in food. So he just like kept opening containers and just throwing it on a fucking canvas. He's like, oh yeah, Minnesota. Yeah, pea soup region. Just grabbed pea soup and just like threw it on the map. And he's like, there's Minnesota, fucking assholes.
What was the question again?
Income
What?
inequality for this couple.
Oh, right.
Oh, that's where Tom got real scientific and
right.
we devolved into food.
60-40. Because, I mean, you're making so much more. I know I have friends who are couples. They've been dating for years. And when one of them doesn't have a job or, like, is making less money or whatever, the other one picks up the slack and pays a little bit extra. You know, it's a give and take. It's a cooperative. It's a cooperative relationship. I mean, splitting it 50-50 would be nice. You know, if you were married and had like a house, you could both contribute to the mortgage payment. But I mean, it's just, I don't know. I just feel like
I mean, we split
Don't-
at 33, 33, 33.
right. I found that it also depends on what region.
But
of the
we're not
world-
fucking each other.
right. But
Yet.
I found it also depends on what region of the world you're living in, because like in Buffalo, it's very much you split it even 3 ways. That's pretty much how it goes. In New York City, it's more like, all right, how big's your room? How big's my room? Yeah, my room's this thing. Yeah, fuck off. I'm not paying even rent. Look how much room you got. It's because like space is so fucking limited, you know?
Premium.
Yeah. So you end up paying like a little bit more, a higher price for like a little bit better room or something, even though you're both in the same apartment.
I'm surprised you didn't have to pay more because you got the pleasure of petting a dog.
Dude, she didn't have to pay me to walk that dog.
I know. But my point is, like, she could charge, like, a dog tax. It's like, you get to be in the presence of this beautiful dog. Pay me more money.
I already didn't pay evenly, so I guess if she did charge me a dog tax, that'd be fucking stupid. But it'd be like, oh well, this makes everything even then. So yeah, did we solve this guy's question?
I think
is
so.
he being a little bit of an asshole for I don't know if he's
Why
expecting.
is he asking us?
Yeah, well, I don't know if he's expecting it to be equal, but is he a little bit of an asshole for like asking it to be equal? Do you think?
I mean, I think I could understand that idea, like, wanting to just pay equally. And it's like, because it's not his fault that she doesn't make as much as he does.
Right, and it's not his fault that he makes so much more, you know?
I mean, Donald Trump thinks the really rich people shouldn't have to spend more money for their taxes because they earn that all extra the money.
Right, which is true. Like, I understand that.
All right, well,
I get that.
Let's pose the question this way. Let's say me and a girl are getting an apartment. I
Something
make,
you want to tell us? Or-
I make.
Please don't move out.
I'm
need
not.
you.
I'm not. And I'm not.
Okay.
Hypothetical.
Glad we-
I make $500,000 a year. Mm-hmm. This girl makes $9,000 a year.
Okay.
We split the rent 50-50. And
Shit.
we're living in a place that costs like $2,500.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's like all her yearly salary.
I don't see why people making billions of dollars have to pay more rent.
I mean, yeah, in a perfect, great world, it would be 50-50. It would make sense to do it. But you know what? If you're making the extra money, just don't be a dick.
Yeah. Just suck it up. It's
and
fine.
if you're in a relationship, that's how the rest of your life is going to be.
yeah, it's going to be compromise.
It's not going to be like, oh, we got to buy diapers for the baby. Okay, I'm going to Venmo you for half of the diapers. It's like, no, it's your turn to get the fucking diapers.
At that
Yeah.
point, like, we probably have joint access to the same bank account.
Very true.
I always think like the ideal is if you're married or something, like you each have your own bank account, but then you also have
You're not a very trusting person.
you have a joint one. You have a joint bank account for things like the mortgage, diapers for kids, whatever, stuff like that. But then like if your wife wants
You
to
can
buy
have personal finances. I agree. With
yeah,
that.
like
Yeah.
if your wife wants to buy like a super fancy dress and pay $500 for it, I can't get mad because you used your own money, whatever.
That
You
was
know
an
what I mean?
episode of Total Divas.
It was. That's why I'm thinking of it.
Where the guy's like,
was
I
also
can't
the only
believe you
episode I
bought
watched.
that. We have to pay for this. And she's like, I took it out of my money. Fuck you.
I thought they took it out of a joint account.
She said she was going to be responsible for it, though.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway.
All right. I think we've asked or answered enough questions. I think it's ready time for to go to the lightning round.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. For those of you new to the show, Tom does not watch the news. If I happen to get Tom to watch any kind of news,
Is
It's-
this how this goes?
Yeah.
Is that why this exists?
but
Yeah,
Tom doesn't refute any of this.
No.
He admits that he doesn't watch the news.
I
or
get my news
certain
from Tim. I found out about Paris from Tim.
Sick.
I found out about those cops killed in Brooklyn from Tim when
And
I was
he's lived
living
in Brooklyn.
When I was living in Brooklyn.
There's only been one time that Tom has beat me to news, and that's when his goddamn neighborhood was on fire.
yeah.
I'm like, Tom, are you safe down there? And he goes, yeah, dude, this fire's big. And
The
I'm
reason
like,
I found out about that because
looked
my
out the
roommate went
window.
running that morning and came back and told us that there's a huge factory fire next door.
shit's on fire around here.
So basically, Tom doesn't. It's not that Tom's unaware or that Tom's ignorant. He just doesn't know.
Yeah, I don't follow enough Twitter news things. I don't know. Like I follow CNN on Twitter, but I just ignore
That's
that.
not a good one.
Well, I mean, I just ignore headlines. I'll just like I'll sort of read it and I'll just keep on scrolling, or like I won't even read it. I'll just scroll. Oh, there's a profile picture of a person that I like or a person that I'm following. Garrett made a funny butt joke. Scrolling. So yeah.
All right. So out of all the weeks we've done this, Tom, how many times have you won the game? Anyways, what is the game? The game is I've pulled 5 headlines from around the world this week. And these are all things that have happened in the last 7 days or been reported in the last 7 days. And I'm going to read them all out loud. And then Tom and Garrett will each have to pick which one I just made up.
All right, let's go.
So the majority are real. One is false.
Correct.
Yep.
Fails.
Number 1. Drunk Ohio man breaks into delivery car to steal pizza.
Hey. I don't know what else I had besides hey.
Hey, Ohio's our neighbor. Hey.
They are not our neighbor.
Yeah, I mean,
We are
Pennsylvania.
not connected.
There
to
is
Ohio.
Pennsylvania.
I mean, they're close, dude. I'm not saying it's like I didn't say next door neighbor.
Fine. Number 2. Cops
Jeez,
discover
give me gas.
24,000 cans of Heineken disguised as Pepsi.
How do you disguise Heineken as Pepsi?
Cans.
But oh yeah, I guess. Okay.
Number 3. Officer pulls over self-driving car.
Cans. Cans.
See, these are problems we're gonna have in the future when Google invents their goddamn driverless car. If I want to be out of control of the wheel, I want to be drunk doing it.
Number 4.
Sick.
Man steals bus pretending to be MTA driver.
Huh?
All these sound
Seems-
incredibly plausible.
Right? That's why it's so hard.
Number 5. Man thanks Hot Pockets for surviving plane crash.
Thank you for my Hot Pockets.
Can you give me more info? Like, I don't really understand. Like, who is he thanking Hot Pockets? The
guy-
company or the food
I
in
think
front
he's
of him?
attributing
Yes.
his survival to Hot Pockets.
Yeah, what Tom said. And I'll explain all the ones that are real after where I read about these. So I'll run through them one more time. Number 1, drunk Ohio man breaks into delivery car to steal pizza.
Yep.
Number 2, cops discover 24,000 cans of Heineken disguised as Pepsi.
Okay.
Number 3, officer pulls over self-driving car. Number 4, man steals bus pretending to be MTA driver. And number 5, man thanks Hot Pockets for surviving plane crash. Tom, Garrett, are you guys ready to make your decision?
Number 2.
I guess I'd say the Google car getting pulled over. Is it Pot Pockets?
Pockets.
You guys, a man did thank his craving for Hot Pockets, made him leave his house to go to the store to buy Hot Pockets. Meanwhile, a airplane crashed into his house, so he thanked them for having that urge to have Hot Pockets.
Oh, okay.
A man who has frequented dressing like
Because
an
I was
MTA
wondering, like, if he was in a plane crash and he had all these Hot Pockets, how did he
his
cook
char-
them?
The plane crash.
He just used the fire over
Dude, if jet fuel can burn steel beams, it can definitely cook a Hot Pocket without leaving the center frozen.
now it's lava.
The Illuminati's behind Hot Pockets
and
contrails.
a man did steal a bus pretending to be an MTA driver.
Uh-huh.
A police officer in California did, Garrett, pull over a self-driving car.
Okay.
And cops in Saudi Arabia did discover 24,000 cans of Heineken disguised as Pepsi. That means this week the drunk Ohio man stealing pizza from a delivery car was made up in my head.
Damn
Boners.
it. I was so close to picking that one.
There was this one time I was not drunk, but driving. From the Fredonia campus going towards the apartments I lived in junior year.
Yeah.
And there's a bus stop there to like bring all the drunk kids to and from campus area from downtown on Main,
Oh yeah.
and we're stopped. I've got 3 other passengers in the.
I was in the car.
Were you in the car?
Yeah.
And like some dude just like walks up to the car, opens the door, is like, "Oh my god!" And I'm just like, "What?"
Get the fuck out. Yeah. I think like I was in the back seat, like the door they opened, and I just like pushed him or something. Maybe.
I was like, "Shut the door! I'm locking the doors. This is retarded. We gotta go."
Yeah. That was so fucking dumb. All right. So anyway.
that it?
Yeah,
That
that's
was it.
All right, so Tom, you still only have 1 win. Garrett, this is only the second time you've played, so I'm not going to judge you too much for going 0-2.
Whatevs.
0-2, baby.
Anyways, thanks for joining us on another episode of Never Have I Ever. If you have any questions or things you would like us to solve in our quality life coaching adventure,
Sure. It's an adventure. It's a sojourn. It's a something.
back to the sojourns, you can send us that to our Gmail account at neverhaveievershow@gmail.com. Check us out on Tumblr at neverhaveievershow.tumblr.com, on Twitter at /NHIE show, on Facebook and the YouTube. Until next week, I am Tim.
I'm Tom.
And I'm Garrett.
Kids, keep your fingers in the air.